And this particular tour is going to England and France for 10 days. During this video, we're going to talk about our itinerary, what all is included in our trip. I'm going to tell you a lot more about EF tours because they are absolutely fantastic. I'm going to tell you about the safety and support that we receive from EF tours, and then I will give you the price and show you how to enroll. So for starters, my name is Michelle Garner. I am a teacher and the instructional coach at Fort White High School. I'm 36 years old. I've been married to my husband, Matt, for the past 12 years, and we are the proud parents of our two crazies. Emma is 10 and Caden is 5. I've been teaching for 16 years. I spent 10 years teaching at Melrose Park Elementary, 5 years at Lake City Middle School, and then this year I came back home to my alma mater. I graduated from Fort White in 2005, and this is where I intend to stay for the foreseeable future. Personally, I have visited the Bahamas a few times. I've gone to St. Kitts, which is a tiny island that is absolutely beautiful. I've been to Mexico, Spain, Italy, and Israel. Now, I will say that all of those trips, with the exception of the Bahamas, have taken place since I graduated from college. I did not have the opportunity to travel when I was younger, and so once I got a taste of it after college, I just ran with it. It has become a passion. I love to travel, and I am so excited to go on this tour with EF. I travel because I absolutely enjoy experiencing new places and new things and meeting new people and learning how different people around the world live. I grew up in Fort White, and, we traveled to North Carolina to visit my grandparents, but that was about it. So getting to go places and experience different cultures and different food, oh my goodness, at the food, I love it. Now, I will say that I am the youngest of 3, and I was my parents' midlife oops baby. So they thought that my older siblings were it, and then 9 years after my brother was born, my sister was 12, along came me. Surprise! Now, with that, my dad was military. And so my brother and sister actually went to elementary school in Belgium and Germany. And while they were there, on the weekends that my dad didn't have to work, they would hop on the train and visit different countries. They went to Paris, and my parents honeymooned in Switzerland and all sorts of places. And so growing up, by the time I came along, my dad, he went on a 6-month tour to Panama, and he went on a 6-month tour to Egypt, but we didn't get to go with him. And then he actually got out of the military when I was 4, so I didn't have those experiences. But I grew up in a house full of people who did. And I heard all the time about the amazing places that they had been and seen, and we'd watch a movie and I'd hear, we've been there. Well, I hadn't. And so after I graduated from college, it became a determination that I would one day be able to watch these movies and say, I've been there. And so that's why I love to travel, and that's why as my kids are getting older, we're starting to take them places. If you look, these pictures, we actually just took them to the Bahamas over spring break for the first time. Now, in all fairness, I live on a teacher's salary, and my husband is a sergeant for the Department of Corrections. So we are not rolling in the dough, but we make travel very much a priority because there isn't a price tag you can put on these experiences. We prefer experience and these opportunities to go and do and make memories over things, and that's how we afford to do it. So why EF? Why educational travel? This is not your typical family vacation. This is a trip that is packed with history and culture. It introduces new ways of learning. It gives hands-on skills. It gives students the opportunity to get off their screen and see the world. Things that, most people only see on TV, they're going to see firsthand. It complements the academic curriculum when they're learning about World War II and the beaches at Normandy, they can say, I've been there. I saw where this happened. And it provides them an opportunity to discover this love for travel much earlier than I did. EF stands for Education First. EF Educational Tours, they are our educational travel and safety partner. They have, this says 55 years, it's actually 60 years of experience. They have staff on the ground all day, every day in over 50 countries, including an office in London, England. So you're never going to be far from one of their people. They are a world leader in international education. Fun fact, they purchased the second most flights out of any organization for the past many, many, many years. The only organization who purchases more commercial flights than they do is the U.S. military. So they have people traveling with them constantly, and it's amazing what they are able to do. Why I partner with EF. I was actually approached this year about leading a tour from Fort White. Fort White used to do EF tours before COVID, but COVID happened and the world went crazy, and the tour for that year had to be canceled, and it just never got picked back up. So when I came to Fort White, my name was given to EF as someone who might be interested in leading a tour, and so EF contacted me. I agreed to talk to them, and I told them that I would need some time to think about it because this is a big responsibility. And I immediately called a former coworker who has done multiple EF tours. And I said, okay, I don't want to know the reasons why I should do it because, I mean, obviously it sounds amazing. I want you to tell me all the reasons I shouldn't do it. Tell me all of the horror stories and things. You've done enough of these tours at this point. Surely you've got some horror stories you can share. She said, well, I'm first going to tell you, don't walk, run at the opportunity to do this. You're crazy if you tell them no. Okay, that's not what I asked you. And she said, well, let me tell you about my first trip. My first trip, we got there, and a few days into the tour, one of the parents had some medical issues, and she could no longer continue on the tour. She had to go home. Okay. She's like, and I was freaking out because it was just not a good situation, and I didn't know what to do. So I called EF, and the liaison at EF said, here's what we need from you right now. We need you to calm down. We need you to go back to your hotel room. We need you to go to sleep. Set yourself an alarm for this time and sleep until that alarm goes off. Once that alarm goes off, you call us, and we're going to tell you what your next steps are. She said, okay. They were very calming, very reassuring, so that's what she did. She said when that alarm went off, she called them, and they said, okay, this person has a flight booked with this airline at this airport at this time. Get them there. Get them to this ticket counter, and the ticket agents will take it from there. That's all you have to do. She said, are you serious? Yes. This person, we've got it all taken care of. You just get them to this airport at this time, and the ticket counter will take care of the issues from there. And that was it. That's all she had to do. If they had been touring alone, that could have been a nightmare. EF took all the guesswork out of it. She took another tour this past spring break, and one of the chaperones had an accident and hurt her shoulder. The tour guide took everything in reins, got her the medical attention she needed, and they were right back to touring without any kind of a hiccup. I actually spoke with the chaperone who had the accident, and she said that it was the most seamless, easiest thing she's ever experienced in her life as far as, being somewhere that you don't know the people, the culture, the city, having an emergency like this, and it was just taken care of. So that along with a multitude of other reasons is why we are partnering with EF, because they take all of the guesswork out of this travel. They take care of everything. In fact, I am simply the person who gets the information out to our kids and makes sure everybody gets on the plane to head to England. They pick us up at the airport and stay with us until we get back on the plane in Paris. Like I literally, I just have to get us on the plane and they take it all from there. That's absolutely amazing to me. Safety partners. They have local support and insight worldwide. They are constantly monitoring what is going on in the world climate and in all of the places that they have tours going on. They have a safety and incident response team. If anything were to happen while we were gone, they would take care of us. If we need to reroute our tour, they will reroute our tour at absolutely no cost to us. If we need to find a new itinerary because suddenly what we were doing is no longer safe, they're going to take care of all of those things for us. They have rigorous health standards and 24/7 tour director and chaperone team support. So at any time on this tour, I can pick up my phone and call and they will take care of me, or I can contact our tour guide and she will get me in contact with them. Like I said, our tour guide will pick us up in London from the airport. She will be with us the entire time. She'll be staying at the hotel, or she or he will be staying at the hotel with us, and that person will then take us back to the airport in Paris, and make sure that we have what we need to get home safely. So once we're there, we will have someone with us from EF the entire time, making sure that we are safe and cared for. EF's learning outcomes have a lifelong impact on students. I cannot tell you how much traveling changes your perspective. A growth mindset, expanded worldview. You learn about yourself and what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with, and you grow as a person so much. And then you gain necessary skills to make an impact. People care about places that they know about. And, you know, if we want kids to grow and change the world, well, they need to see the world. And this gives them a small opportunity to see places they may not otherwise have the opportunity to see. So lots of partners work together to make this happen. So we have our travel team. The travel team helps me in all of the planning stages of this. So I will tell you, Maddie, who is my consultant currently with EF, she has been amazing at making sure I have everything and am prepared for all of the things. We will have a tour director. That is that person who will be picking us up at the airport and, I mean, for lack of a better word, babysitting us the entire time. They're going to show us everything we need to see, tell us all of the things, and that person will be bilingual. So when we are in France, we don't have to freak out that we don't speak French, or at least I don't speak French. You might, but I don't. And that person will also expose us to the local history and culture. I have heard nothing but amazing things about the tour directors for EF. Again, my colleague who's done multiple EF tours at this point has never had a bad experience with a tour director and says that they absolutely make the trip as memorable as it can possibly be. We also have the traveler support team. So these people are there to take care of parents and students. They're there to answer all of the nitty-gritty questions that you probably have. Questions about payments, dietary needs, the what ifs, the how to's. If you're like me and you overthink everything, these are the people you want to talk to, okay? I know some things, I don't know all of the things. They know all of the things, and they can tell you all of the things. If you look in pink right here is a phone number. If you choose to register to attend this trip, which I hope you do, that is the number you're going to want to save. Because when you're awake at 3 a.m. and thinking of all of the things, they're the people who can answer the questions. So write that question down. And then Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, they are available to answer all of those questions for you. Okay. I can answer as much as I can answer, but they're really the ones who know all of the things. And then you have me, the group leader. I'm here to support you as well. My role is more to make sure that you have what you need to get there and to get you there, or to get your kid there, and to be that person that, makes sure that we stay together and those sorts of things. But like I said, for the most part, EF's going to do the hard work. But I'm here to be a familiar face for your baby. If your baby travels alone, I'm here to, take care of things. And I am the first line of communication between our group and EF while we are on tour. They have a fantastic peace of mind program. So this program provides our group with flexibility to change our trip during uncertain times and for unforeseen circumstances. Again, my colleague who does these trips this past spring break, something took place in one of the places they were supposed to go and they had to be rerouted. They ended up being rerouted to actually a more exciting destination, and they got to stay in a nicer hotel than what they were originally scheduled for, and it turned out to be amazing, and it did not cost them a dime more. Even though it cost EF more, it did not cost them a dime more, because you have that peace of mind program. If a situation is no longer safe or feasible for us to visit on our scheduled dates, they take care of everything and we don't have to worry about it. More information will be provided about all of this after the session. So if you want more information and you did not get a chance to come to the meeting, and you did not get a chance to register, because if you did register to attend the meeting, all of the information will be sent to you automatically. If you did not register to attend the meeting, if you will let me know, I will happily forward that information to you. For each traveler, we have built into the price already global travel protection. This includes coverage for baggage and property, trip cancellation and interruption, and more. You have up until 150 days from departure to cancel your trip and still receive the vast majority of your money back. Now, there's part of it that's non-refundable, but you will get the vast majority back. Again, the breakdown and the nitty-gritty details of that will be sent from EF after the initial meeting. If you did not register for the meeting, let me know and I will send that to you. Global Travel Protection Plus, for $400 additional, you can add this. This includes everything in the regular protection plan, but it allows for cancellation for any reason up to 24 hours prior to departure. When I was talking to Maddie, my contact at EF, she said that, some people need that extra peace of mind, but this is more for someone who, military families who may have to move at the drop of a dime, or suddenly the schedule changes real quick, or people who, anyone with an unsteady schedule who may find out at the last possible second that they're not going to be able to do this. That's for them. For your average traveler, what is included is enough. But you decide what works best for you and your family. And then we have a risk-free enrollment period. So the risk-free enrollment period allows travelers who enroll by our deadline of April 26th to cancel for any reason up to 14 days after they have enrolled and get a full 100% money back refund. So you have 14 days to say, you know what, I thought about it and I just don't think this is going to be the right choice for us, or whatever you need to do. You have 14 days to let that buyer's remorse set in and cancel, as long as you have enrolled before our deadline of April 26th. There are other schools in our local area who travel with EF, and it's, like I say, I've heard nothing but amazing things from them. So we are going to England and France. If you look, this is a map that kind of shows our crazy. Yeah, we're going to be moving quite a bit. So on day 1, we will fly overnight from Jacksonville to England. On day 2, we will take a walking tour of London. Day 3, we will take a guided tour of London with a local expert. And then we will see Big Ben and visit Parliament Square. Day 4, we get to visit Winchester Castle and then travel by ferry to Caen. On day 5, we will visit the Caen Memorial and take a tour of Normandy. While we are in London, we will get to travel on the London Tube for the first time, so that's exciting. I've seen it on TV so many times, but I've never gotten to ride on it, so I'm kind of fangirling over that a little. And then while we are in Caen, we will visit the Caen Memorial Let me try that again. The Caen Memorial Museum and learn about World War II, D-Day, and the Cold War. Day 6, we will go to Mont Saint Michael Abbey in St. Malo, and then we will tour St. Malo with an expert local guide. I have heard that it is absolutely beautiful. On day 7, we will visit Chartres on the way to Paris. And then on day 8, we're going to take a guided tour of Paris and see the Eiffel Tower. Day 9, we visit the Louvre and see the beautiful artwork from the masters. And we will enjoy a Seine River cruise. And then on day 10, we get on the plane and we come home. Obviously, while we're in Paris, we're going to see the Eiffel Tower. And then we're going to stroll along the iconic Champs-Élysées and see the Arc de Triomphe. It's amazing. Absolutely beautiful. And don't forget about all of the amazing food we're going to get to eat while we're there. So our travel dates, we ask all travelers to block off their calendars from July 12th to July 27th. So reason being, the flexibility of these dates allows the EF itinerary people to create the best on-the-ground experience for us. So if there is something going on in one of the cities that we're traveling to, for instance, the group that just went to Greece, there was a parade going on. Had their tour itinerary not had them in the right place at the right time, they would have missed this amazing cultural experience. And so with that, they give us this block of dates, and then they look at all of the events going on and make sure that we're in the right places at the right times to get the most bang for our buck. Okay. We will receive our confirmed dates 2 to 3 months before the tour, so you will have plenty of time to plan those specifics. I have requested July 15th through the 24th, but like I said, our earliest departure would be July 12th. Our latest would be the return date would be July 27th. Depending on how many people we have travel, if it is a small group, then we could be combined with another school that is requesting similar dates and destinations. However, that is actually a beautiful opportunity for our students to get to talk to people from other parts of the country, because EF takes people from all over the United States on these tours. So they would get to talk to kids from other states and learn about that while they're all experiencing these new and exciting destinations together. what is included in your price? Round trip airfare on a major airline carrier. They're not going to put us on some podunk plane and hope for the best. It will be with one of the major airlines. Round trip airfare, hotel stays at quality, clean accommodations that include personal bathrooms. Now, I know that sounds silly because we're used to hotels in the United States all having, one bathroom to one room. In Europe, that's not necessarily the case. However, EF does guarantee that the hotels we stay in, while they might not look exactly what we're used to seeing, you will have a private bath in your room. Familiar and regional style meals for breakfast and dinner. So there will be something there that your kid will eat. And they include breakfast and dinner. That is included in your price. A tour director that's going to pick us up from the airport in London and stay with us 24/7 until that person drops us off at the airport to come home from Paris. Transportation on tour. So anytime we have to go anywhere, that trip on the London Tube, the ferry, the river cruise, and then tour buses around the cities, all of that is included in the price. Expert local guides that can provide cultural insight to where we are. Guided sightseeing of all of our destinations to see what there is to offer, things we might miss if we were trying to do this on our own. And then entrances to landmarks and attractions. So any attraction that we are scheduled to go to, for instance, the Louvre, your entrance fee is included in your price. You will be responsible outside of that initial price. You're going to be responsible for your passport, any baggage fees. So once they have our flights booked, once we have definite dates and they book our flights, we will look at the airline and see what their baggage policies are, how many bags each traveler can take, weight, all of those things. If you choose to take additional bags, or if your bag is overweight, then you will be responsible for any additional baggage fees. Tips for the local guides, the bus driver, and the tour director. When I was talking to Maddie, she said that, this looks like a couple of dollars per guide or driver per person on the tour. I will be given a breakdown of exactly what that needs to look like prior to us going on our trip. I will be collecting that money ahead of time from all travelers, and then you don't have to worry about that anymore. So it won't add up to very much, but it is expected, and we're going to take care of that ahead of time. And then any snacks that you're planning to eat, and one meal a day. So you will be responsible for buying your lunch every day, but that's it. Most everything that you're going to need is included in your one price. EF does provide opportunities to help you make this trip happen for your traveler. There is a scholarship. They do not have a ton of people who apply for this scholarship. And so, when I was going over this presentation with Maddie, she said, please tell parents, apply. What is the worst that can happen? Apply. It is a 2-minute video answering a prompt, and they don't have a ton of applications. So apply. Worst case scenario, you don't get it. Best case scenario, it helps pay for your trip. The due date for that application and video is February 13th of 2025. And the website is down here. You can find more information. They also offer a customizable tour fundraising page. You can ask grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, cousins, the neighbor down the street who wants to get rid of you for 10 days. You can ask anybody to contribute to your fundraising page, and 100% of those contributions will go directly toward your balance. I will strongly suggest you do not create a GoFundMe or another crowdfunding page, use EFs that they provide you anyway, because they do not take a cut out of it. 100% of the money that is donated to you goes to you, unlike your typical crowdfunding that takes a percentage. Reality, the students who really want to go will find a way to make it happen. I was talking to a group of my high schoolers today, and they were like, "Oh my goodness, Ms. Garner, that's a lot of money." I said, "Well, it is, but you can make monthly payments on it, and you have a part-time job. That's less than a fraction of your paycheck. If you're really wanting to go, you 100% could pay for this." "Oh, I didn't think about it that way." Well, there you go. You can make it happen. It's just a matter of how determined you are. You're welcome to get creative with fundraising for your personal child. Just please make sure that you make it known within your fundraising that it is for your child and it is not directly related to the Columbia County school system. For more information or more ideas for fundraising, blog.eftours.com has lots of fun ideas that could make quite a bit of money fast. So again, everything we get for the price we pay. We get the itinerary and logistics. EF takes care of everything. We just have to show up. Payments and protection, flexible payment options, a personal tour fundraising page, global travel protection plan included that takes care of us. Safety and support, they're going to make sure that we are safe at all times. And then personalized learning, you couldn't ask for a better learning experience. So making it happen. Here you go. The payment options, you can pay bi-weekly. It's $146.50 bi-weekly, or $293 a month, okay, for a total of $4,489. When you enroll, you will pay a $95 enrollment fee, and then your payments start the next month. Now, if you enroll before April 26th, that is our enrollment deadline, you will get a $200 discount, bringing your total down to $4,289. Again, you have a $95 enrollment fee at the time that you enroll, and then your payments start the next month. Now, adults, you're a little bit more expensive, but if you want to come, we would love to have you with us. And adults can go on the flexible monthly payments as well. Manual payment options are available. You can pay in larger, less frequent installments. But there is a small fee associated with that unless you are paying it outright to start with. You can, however, choose to start the monthly payments and then, you know what, I just want to pay this off, and you can pay it off. Or if you start manual payments and then you're like, let's turn this into monthly payments, they will work with you on all of these things. EF is going to do everything that they can possibly do to make this as stress-free for you as they possibly can. So with all of that, it's enrollment time. If you would like to go on this amazing trip with us, we would love to have you. As of right now, EF has 15 guaranteed spots for Fort White Middle and High School. However, if we have a ton of interest, they will expand that. But for the time being, we have 15 spots available. Again, the enrollment deadline is April 26th. To qualify for that 14-day risk-free enrollment to get your money back if you decide to cancel within those 14 days, and to get that $200 discount. $95 due at time of enrollment, and then your payments, if you choose to do the monthly payment option, your payments would start the very next month. So there you go. There is the enrollment site there, or you can use the QR code either way. And I really hope to be traveling with you soon. Again, if you have questions, you are welcome to ask me. I may or may not know the answer, but I can help you find the answer. All right, have a great day.